Growing up in Virginia Beach, Virginia, Ryan Zimmerman began his pathway to baseball stardom with the Tidewater Drillers and at Kellam High School before committing to play collegiately at the University of Virginia. Zimmerman played for the Cavaliers for 3 years, starting all 174 games at third base. He was a 2005 All-American and All-ACC selection. His career totals rank in the top 10 for doubles, hits, and RBIs. Following college, Zimmerman became the first draft pick for the Washington Nationals franchise as he was selected 4th overall in the 2005 MLB draft. He made his MLB debut on September 1st, 2005, and would spend 16 seasons, his entire professional career, with the Nationals. The two-time National League All-Star won the Gold Glove Award and Silver Slugger Awards on 2 occasions. Nicknamed Mr. National, Zimmerman compiled a career that would see him retire as the franchise leader in hits, home runs, RBI, and games played. In 2019, he helped the Nats capture their first World Series championship in franchise history. Zimmerman is a member of the University of Virginia Baseball Hall of Fame and has had his number 11 jersey retired by the Nationals. Outside of baseball, he founded the Zims Foundation, which is dedicated to the treatment and ultimate cure of multiple sclerosis, raising over $3.5 million to support its mission.
Oh man, bringing up the rear. Last name with a Z. First of all, it's an honor to share the stage with you guys. What a cool class and just so many different people. It's been nice getting to know you guys a little bit. I'd like to thank Will and everyone that helped him kind of get this weekend together. I'm sure you guys are relieved and ready. I'd also like to thank Jerry for making me Google Thomas Jones before I came up here. I'm just kidding, man. I didn't do it yet. When I was thinking about what I wanted to say up here, I just kind of kept coming back to sort of the community and, Virginia Beach for me, Hampton Roads. It kind of gave me the opportunity to become the baseball player I was, but I think more importantly, it laid the groundwork for me to become the person I am. You've heard it a bunch tonight. Everyone always talks about kind of the group of ball players that came from this area. Kadire, Wright, a couple of those guys are in the Hall of Fame now, and BJ and Justin Upton, Mark Reynolds, a bunch more that I'm forgetting. But I think the special thing was kind of when we played against each other, when we went out to dinner. Like saying like what Dee said, but you took pride in coming from here. I think we in baseball, it's always California, Florida, Texas. All these huge states that get to play year round, and we were just this little area that produced all these people. So I think we all took pride in that and didn't want to let each other down, or honestly let the community down. We wanted to represent this area with class, and I think that kind of shows how special this area is. And many of you in this room are responsible for that. Growing up here kind of afforded me the opportunity to learn the game of baseball at a very high level at a young age. A couple people here, Matt Sinden, Jeff Fox, St. Clair Jones. My dad was one of my coaches as well. They gave us so much of their time for those driller teams, my Kellam High School teams. I didn't know it at the time, but I was being taught things that other players weren't being taught until college or the minor leagues, or unfortunately now the big leagues. But the coaching and the elevated competition of this area, I think, is what laid the groundwork for my career. And I can honestly say, if I didn't grow up here, I don't know if I'd be up here. Then we went to Charlottesville, to UVA. I saw Coach Dennis Womack and Steve Heon here tonight. They saw me at Florida, or at a tournament in Florida, and me and my dad got back and we had a voicemail. I had some offers from some other schools, and UVA said, well, we don't have that much money left, but you can come here if you want. And I said, well, if Florida State and Miami and all them aren't going to recruit me, then I guess I'll play against them. So we went there, and Coach Womack and Coach Heon coached me my first year there, and Coach O'Connor, Coach McMullen, Coach Kuhn took over from there, and they were kind of the next step in my development. That was a fun 3 years I had there, and we get bagged on a little bit. Me and Sean have been wearing it these last 24 hours, but I think it's a pretty special place, and all those people around me, they taught me so much more than just baseball. From all the way from drillers and Kellum up to UVA, they taught a lot of us about responsibility, accountability, work ethic. I think schoolwork. For the drillers, we had to have a 3.0 or we couldn't play. I think another thing we won as a team and we lost as a team, and that's the beauty of baseball. It's not one person. It's a group effort. And one quick story about the drillers. I don't remember what age I was, but for some reason we had to learn our social security number. And if you didn't know your social security number by a certain day, every single person had to run besides you. So I remember sitting at home as like a 10 or 11-year-old. I don't even know what a social security number was. And I'm sitting in my room reciting this thing because I didn't want to let my teammates down. But I believe kind of those characteristics are what separated me and a lot of people on this stage, obviously, and others from this area, especially in baseball. The beauty of baseball is the most athletic guy isn't always the best player. I've seen plenty of guys who can hit BP and hit home runs farther than you've ever seen, and once the game starts, they kind of disappear a little bit. I think it's a beautiful game because you have to be mentally tough. You have to be able to deal with lots of failure, and more importantly, you must be a good teammate through those times. And I think that teaches you, obviously, a lot about the game, but I think a lot about life as well. The lessons I learned from so many people in this area, prepared me to deal with that and become the professional that I was. I think it obviously allowed me to have that wonderful career, but it prepared me now for my next chapter of life, whatever that is. And I think that's, in my opinion, even more important than what I've done yet. None of this would happen without my amazing family, my parents, Keith and Cheryl. Are here tonight. Sorry, give me a second. They taught me about work ethic. Your best work's done when nobody's watching is something I always used to say. Treat people like you want to be treated. And I think school, again, so many young kids come up to me and ask about sports, and I ask them, how you doing in school? And I said, school? I said, yeah, man, school. I said, the chance, I might be the first one telling you this, but the chance of you doing what I did is not high. I'm sorry about that. I didn't think I had any chance. So make sure you do good in school. And my brother, who couldn't be here tonight, he just had his second kid, a little baby boy, about a month ago. But we competed in everything, and whether it was basketball or Nintendo or tape ball games we made up, I owe him a lot for my competitive drive and literally not wanting to lose anything. Made up games, whatever it was. I even did some terrible things to win against him. And then my wife Heather and my kids who are here today, what a great support system. Baseball's a rough sport, man. We play 162 games and it's about 185 days. So we're gone quite a bit, and they're always there, and I appreciate it. So in closing, I think all my teammates and friends from all over the state of Virginia, it was an honor to play with you, and I think even more importantly against you. So we did this together, and this is an incredible honor, and thank you.